Hi everybody, and welcome back to another episode here in the Prosperity Academy intraday trading course. In this episode, we're going to be picking up where we left off. We're putting it all together. So essentially this series is all around basically putting all of the concepts together in our trading strategy and giving you examples of the trading strategy playing out in of itself. So in this example right here, we're just going to stay on the 15-minute time frame for this one. And overall, essentially what we can understand is that the 15-minute is coming back up, essentially, right? Like we've had a breaker structure to the upside. This is the high that put in the low. We broke structure. We came back and mitigated whatever needed to be mitigated. We've left resting liquidity for some future point in time and when price wants to come back there. Following off there, then we had a new break and a flip, and then just a continuance until eventually we started the pullback phase. When we started the pullback phase, as you can see, we have been bearish with supply and control, and essentially we're just waiting for an order flow realignment from an area of demand. So if we just go ahead and pull out the GAN from the bottom of this leg here to the top of here, because this has already had its 50% pullback, we've pushed up one heavily induced leg, and now we are around 50% back. We have ran the first level of demand that was bang on the 50. We've ran that as inducement. So some form of liquidity has already been taken approaching the 15-minute. We have a level of demand here inside of this wick. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this GAN right now. We have levels of demand in here. We have levels of demand kind of overall in this overall range here. And then we have finally real levels of demand down here. And also here. So a lot of you might wonder, like, why so many demand levels? Essentially, we're just trading a reaction, right? From one of these levels is going to be a level of resting orders that are probably going to continue with the overall order flow of price and hopefully go and take out this high. So inside, we just need our confirmation, right? We are trading reactions. That's exactly what we do based off the 15-minute criteria. So in one of these levels, we are going to get a 15-minute realignment. That's essentially what we were waiting for, was a 15-minute realignment because price was bearish. So we just needed to see a change of character. So first and foremost, the first time we tap into the first level, we tap in, push up, sweep, tap in, have a nice push up, then sweep, and then we've started to break. Once essentially we take out this wick right here, that is our change of character, if we take that wick out, right? So that happens, and then that leaves us with a level of demand, right? This level right here. You might even want to include the wick. And essentially now we're just waiting for a realignment out of this piece of price action on the 1 minute time frame if we get it, right? Okay, so now we don't have just the change of character, we also have this here. For me personally, I would be looking at this as a level of inducement, but you still kind of have to take it seriously, because if it does react from here, it's better to take a -1 here in such a case like this, because it's a decisional that breaks this supply level. It's better to just take a -1 than miss out. So essentially price just rockets off, builds more resting liquidity down here, comes back down, runs straight through. Let me just pull that back. So as you can see, as it approaches the zone right here, it just runs straight through, right? There is no criteria, there is no entry criteria that would have met what we need in this level. It just runs straight through. So that becomes invalid, and that gives us a better confirmation that this level is the one. Reason being, it's at the absolute edge of the leg, and also it's had 2 levels of liquidity taken out before it. Built a little bit of liquidity in here with the rest ends, build more liquidity, and then essentially we go, right? So overall, on this time frame, we can see the lowest point was here. Technically, we've had a change of character, but still, for me personally, with all this resting liquidity, I would want to see a real order flow shift. And again, this is where we don't, like, part of our trading is absolutely robotic, and part of it is intuitive, right? So we pull back, we tap in, and then we tap through, right? So we've had a shift of order flow, essentially right here, right? And now we can label this as our break of structure on this time frame. And now it's a question of, well, where do you want to essentially take your level from, right? Because there's two, and there's going to be one here, and there's going to be one down here. Now, this is the origin, meaning the original demand that caused the leg, and then we have the decisional. In such a scenario, we'll be taking both levels, because sometimes the decisional is what holds up, sometimes it's the origin what holds up. Even a 4 pip stop, like I really like the 2 pip stop type of thing, but even a 4 pip stop loss to get you in the trade, as long as the risk to reward is there, and for this case it is, because these highs right here are first level. At this price, I'll be looking to take 50% off at these equals, because it is a weak high, yeah. But there's also the element that up here, price up here is also weak, right? Because I've had a 15-minute realignment. Order flow is seemingly bullish, and we've had a realignment. So for that reason, I'd be taking 50% off here instead of my usual 80 or 70, and then taking the remaining 50 off at the top, because there's a higher chance that price could go and take out that high. And again, that's just a kind of subjective, viewing of the market, right? So just playing price out, you can see that instantly we get tapped in. It's 4 pips, instantly tapped in. And then essentially we rock it off, right? And so if you wasn't able to get into here, you wanted to see extra confirmations, then there would have been the opportunity to get in here if it comes back, right? Because we have a push up, pull back, a continuation from this level of demand right here. Just put your stops just below, give yourself a 3 pip stop, target the same level for TP1, take profit 1 for this one is 8.7R. If it stays in, or if it even tags, okay, you get tagged in again, and then you can see price moves off. And at that point, there's your first take profit. You'd be looking to take 50% off in around this area, and then you'd be going for take profit number 2, which is all the way up here for 27R. So just going to play price out now, just kind of see how it runs overall. You can see we come back to collect more orders. Are we going to continue down or continue up? Who really knows? Just have to react to what price is showing us. Just looking at the 3 minute, you can see that we have a level of demand in here that we've come back to collect orders from. Looks like now I've had a realignment, and we will probably continue higher. Yep, that's exactly what happens. Now we take out the high, and essentially price starts running off, right? So there's 27R left on the table, and there's 21R left on the table. And take profits are all the way up there. Price starts to come back, of course, just a pullback phase, as always, I assume. Take out new highs again, and it looks like we're just about to hit take profit. No. And there you go. And there's take profit, right? Very simple trade, understanding of the M15, getting in at the decisional of the leg that caused a real change of character. Sure, we had a bit of resting liquidity down here, but at the end of the day, that didn't need to get taken, as it's already taken levels of liquidity internally. And at the end of the day, there's a 21.75R and a 27.5R. So that's a total of 49R, so around 50R between the two trades. Personally, I probably would have only got involved in one, just to mitigate the risk element in case it did come down to, take out some levels of liquidity down here and continue. 50% off it here as well, just to lock in profits. At the end of the day, as a trader, your main job is to take profits out of the market every day, or at least whenever you can. Yeah, guys, so with that being said, there's a breakdown for that, very easily running over the strategy and the system, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.